I never believed in the supernatural. Ghosts, demons, haunted objects. They were just stories people told to scare themselves for fun. I prided myself on being logical, grounded, but everything changed the night I met it. It all started innocently enough, with a full-length mirror I found at an estate sale. It was breathtaking, tall and imposing, with an ornate hand-carved frame that looked like it belonged in some Gothic castle. The wood was dark and polished, gleaming even under the layer of dust that coated everything else in the old house. It felt like it was calling to me, and when I saw the price, unbelievably cheap, I couldn't resist. I brought it home, excited about how perfectly it would fit in my bedroom. I set it up in the corner, opposite my bed, and admired how it made the room feel bigger, grander even. That first night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't shake the feeling that the mirror was watching me. It was subtle at first, just the faintest prickle at the back of my neck, like someone's gaze was fixed on me. I told myself it was nothing, that it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. After all, mirrors reflect, they don't see. But then I started to notice small things. The way my reflection seemed to linger just a second too long when I moved away, as if reluctant to let me go. A fleeting sense of movement in the corner of my eye, but when I turned to look, the mirror was still, silent, innocent. I tried to brush it off. It was late, I told myself. I was tired, overthinking things. The next few nights proved me wrong. The strange feeling of being watched grew stronger, impossible to ignore. I'd catch glimpses of something in the glass, shadows that shouldn't be there, movements that didn't match mine. Once, I swear, I saw my reflection smile at me. Not a big grin, just the faintest curl at the edges of its lips. But the problem was, I wasn't smiling. I blamed stress, lack of sleep, anything to avoid the creeping realization that something was deeply wrong. But denial only works for so long. One night, as I stood brushing my hair in front of the mirror, it happened. My reflection lagged. My hand stopped mid-brush, but the reflection kept going. The brush gliding through hair that was no longer there. My stomach churned, a cold sweat breaking out on my skin. Then it tilted its head, its movements slow, deliberate. It studied me like I was the one trapped behind the glass. "Hello," I whispered, the word barely audible over the pounding of my heart. For a moment, nothing happened, and then its lips moved, soundless at first, shaping words I couldn't hear. My chest tightened as it leaned forward, closer to the surface of the glass than it should have been able to. "Let me out." The words were faint, almost a hiss, but they stopped my breath. I stumbled back, nearly tripping over the edge of my bed. My reflection didn't move to follow me. It just stood there, grinning. Not my grin. Its grin. Too wide, too sharp, too wrong. That night, I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I could feel it watching me. Not through the mirror. It didn't need that anymore. The next morning, I turned the mirror to face the wall, its heavy frame scraping against the floor. I felt a fleeting sense of relief, like I'd regained some control. But it didn't last. Now it's not just in the mirror, it's everywhere. When I walk past shop windows, I see it following me, out of sync with my movements. Its head tilts, just slightly, as if it's waiting for something. When I check my rearview mirror while driving, I catch its grin, sitting in the back seat, its hollow eyes fixed on me. And at night, it whispers. The voice comes from the corners of my room, soft and mocking, wrapping around me like a cold fog. "You can't ignore me forever," it says, over and over, each word a nail driven deeper into my sanity. I'm writing this because I don't know how much longer I have. The reflection isn't in the mirror anymore. It's in me. When I stare at my own face in the bathroom mirror, I see it lurking in my eyes. I feel it when I smile. A smile that stretches too far, that doesn't feel like mine. Sometimes, late at night, I feel my body move when I don't. My hand will twitch, my head will turn slightly, and I'll realize it's watching, waiting. I don't know what it wants, but I'm afraid one day it will stop waiting.